A very warm welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. A very hot topic now on this Monday morning with Dr. Eve. We're talking about the significance of symbols of love in engagement. Should it be a ring? Should it be a collar? Whatever it is. But before the break, I asked the question that Dr. Eve posed. If you've given an engagement ring as a gift of love and your symbol of love, and the engagement then breaks off, what do? Do you give it back? We had two very interesting views. Leanne said that the engagement is like a contract. So once the contract is null and void, so the ring should come back. Whereas Zoe said that the gift of an engagement ring is that, a gift, and you don't give gifts back.
Yeah.
Which one do you agree with most?
I think it depends so much on the situation and how much anger and what was the reason for the breakup. If you want to be revengeful, you want to keep it. But as you are, so, would you wear that ring afterwards? What would you do with it afterwards? Would you want to keep it? So in feminist world, you would definitely give back the ring. It's like, okay, here it is. I don't want this anymore. But then other people are talking about, well, I'm going to just keep this ring, and this is what I'm entitled to, and it's okay to do that. But it's controversial. I think it really depends. And Zoe, I think it was who mentioned it, if it's a or maybe it was Leanne, if it's a family heirloom, then it's kind of polite to give something back. But it depends on the circumstances in which it was broken up.
I think me being a traditionalist right now, I've got to veer more to the Zoe side of things, because I wouldn't even want to have that ring back in my hand, because then I have it here. What do I do with it? Do you go and resell it? Do you repurpose it and use it as the next engagement ring? Exactly. You keep it because you gave it then because it meant something at that point in time. It's very, very interesting to share your thoughts on this. And I'd love to hear from the ladies. So have you finally come to a conclusion, Leanne and Zoe? Would you be giving the ring back or not?
Zoe? Well, we first have to get engaged before we can answer that to you.
Oh, well, Katlego, what do you think? You said that you would probably keep the ring, right?
What I did say is that I wouldn't want to accept that ring back after I'd given it as an engagement ring. But we do have a caller on the line now. Maybe Melanie can shed some light on the topic. Good morning, Melanie.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, and thank you for your call. What is your question or your comment?
My question is, no, I'm not asking a question, I'm answering the question that you said. If should you give the ring back? I think if you give the ring back, you actually, you like ending the relationship. So I wouldn't do that.
So let's give you an example, like we just said now, Melanie, where you have been in an engagement and now the engagement is broken off because you feel like it's not going to work anymore. What then do you do with the ring? Do you want to give it back to the man or to your partner, or do you want to keep it?
Well, I wouldn't keep anything that reminds me of him when the relationship is not working out.
Well,
I gotta give it back.
The pain.
Wow.
It's that tearing up of every letter, every card, deleting them from your Facebook and from all your social media, because you don't want to have anything to do with them at all. And so I can understand Melanie saying she doesn't want any remnants or reminder. So she's going to give the ring back.
Sure. Maybe it should just be dissolved in the fires of Mordor. Just go throw it down there and let it be. Let it be, But Dr. Eve, if you were to give some final tips on how people can go about thinking about the tradition of symbols of love and engagement, what would you say then?
I would really for me, the most valuable thing of all is a contract, and to talk about the values that one has in a relationship. And as I said, I love symbols, I love rituals, and I think it's important that people individualize their own ritual. But there's something that happens, as I alluded to just now, Katlego, that when you begin to go through this path of we are deciding we are really wanting to be a couple and we are making this very, very significant commitment, people become caught up in almost this trap of engagement and wedding. And even though they've made vows to each other that they're not going to do it, they promise they're not going to. You spoke about the pressure of family and culture. There is a communal pressure that happens that you almost get swept like a tidal wave into this wedding fever, into this engagement fever. And you begin to do things that you never thought that you would, that you have, cognitively decided as a couple, we're not going to do that stuff. We're not going to do the engagement. And suddenly it feels so fabulous to do it and so romantic to do it. And it's like, why not? And people end up doing that, and that's just perfectly fine. That there is this wonderful symbolism of saying we are not just dating, we're not just living together, bought a house together, or just have had a child together. We actually are symbolically doing something in a communal, universal way, which resonates with the rest of the universe, and we're joining the marriage league.
We have one last call from Lee in Pietermaritzburg. Good morning to you.
Hi, morning, Katleho. Big hug. for
Ah,
the cold
big hug
weather.
right back at you. What is your comment or your question, Lee?
Dr. Eve, the question and comment that I have has nothing to do with rings. What I just want to do is to thank you specifically for a program that you and Ilana a little while ago about what you would change about your partner. I don't know if you remember.
Yes.
And it had a tremendous impact on me because
Wow.
while you were talking, I looked at my husband and thought, I don't think I'd really change that much. A couple of things. He talks with his food in his mouth and that sort of silly things. But I suddenly thought, I wonder what he's thinking. Because, we're on pension and we sit and we watch Expresso together and we laugh and we wonder where this one is and that one is. And so I thought, I wonder what he's thinking. What would he change about me? And I had a very good look at myself through his eyes. And he didn't comment at all, but I was just thinking, gosh. And I came up with so many things that I think he would really like to change about me. But he's a gentle, sweet man, and he's never tried to change me. But there are things that I know that drive him crazy about me. I'm undisciplined, and he's very disciplined. I'm unorganized, and he's very organized. And I thought, you know what? I'm a big girl now. I can change these things. And I've been working on them systematically, and he hasn't said anything, but our relationship, which was good in the beginning, has improved in leaps and bounds. And I can just see that he's appreciated the efforts that I've put in to be more the wife that he deserves. And I just wanted to say thank you to you.
Amazing. I have just one question
Lee,
for you,
thank you
Lee.
so
I mean,
much.
how do you feel?
Unfortunately, we don't have
Well,
time.
thank
But
you.
Lee, thank you so
Just
much for
thank you
sharing that
so
with us. We
much.
really do appreciate
Just
it.
beautiful.
And yeah, we hope that in so many
So
ways that the
nice.
conversations that we have here do
Yeah.
impact you at
Yes.
home and lead you to living a more feel-good life. Shall we stay there?
I like that.
Feel-good life.
Yes.
Dr. Eve, thank you so much. We do
Amazing.
appreciate it. Oh my goodness, that was our Monday relationship talk. And oh my goodness, Zoe, I don't know. I hope that helped, eh? I hope that helped.